What's going on, guys? Viper here and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today I have for you something a little bit different. Today we're going to be going over my opinion for the best super subs on the game. We've not really got anything over like 80k here, and I think super subs are really important on this game. I win a lot of games like in the last minute with a super sub, and the ones we've got here are mostly attackers, but I've also got some midfielders that you can use to help you out when you're needing some more stamina or you just need something a bit quicker in the midfield. There's a lot of opportunities for that as well. So we've got some fullbacks that can play in midfield. They don't get a chemistry decrease just because they're playing in midfield. The only issue with the chemistry decrease, obviously with the fullbacks at centre back last year, something that did happen was what EA done this year. If you play fullbacks in centre back, then they get a chemistry decrease and they play a bit worse. But with that being said, let's just get into the first player. So the first player is Rafinha. Good pace, good dribbling, decent enough crossing. He's somebody that I bring on wide just because of his raw pace and his dribbling ability. Be very, very good at the speed boost in the last minutes of a game. You know, a lot of these players you're going to see today are going to be the players that you'd use in the last minutes of a game, just when everybody's a bit tired. So another thing that you might want to add to this is the fullbacks that we do have here. They might actually need to play at left back and right back, because what sometimes happens is when you go deep into a game, you'll end up having low stamina on your fullbacks, and this is where people put players to get at the fullbacks mostly. So Rafinha is really, really good for that. Moving on to our next player, we have Leon Bailey, very, very similar to Rafinha, but this time I believe they're both left-footed. But this time you've got Leon Bailey, who has better work rates. Obviously, they both have 4-star, and yeah, they're both good at cutting inside. So you'd want to play these on right mid, just to get the cut inside finesse shot. Very, very similar if you look at them. Not much difference at all, actually. The big difference I can see is Bailey has a lot less stamina. But yeah, Bailey's really good in game as well. He's quite tall, I think, in game as well. He looks quite tall in game. And despite being, you know, 5'10", they look tall in game and they have a good body type. That's also an asset because they're better off at holding off fullbacks. So Bailey's really, really good for that as well, being 4-star, just like Rafinha. Moving on to our next player, we have Alan Saint-Maximin. Now, he cannot shoot to save his life. But the thing that you do get here, which is a bit different to what we do have with the other players, is obviously the 5-star skills. High-low work rates as well, which is nice. Just don't really shoot with him. He's the kind of guy that comes on, gets the speed boost going. If you're good at skill moves, he'll be very good. Get down to the byline and a little ball in with R1X. And St. Max is your man there. And that's why I've got an artist on him and didn't decide to boost his shooting. This is already so bad. There's no point upping that. He'll get a few special cards this year as well. Has decent strength actually as well. 63 is not bad for somebody that's very agile. So St. Max is just really, really good because of the 5-star skills and the raw pace he has. You're seeing a theme here. The main things that you are going to see as we move on to Adama, who is my favourite super sub, is they all have very, very good pace, agility and balance. And now the thing with Adama, he's very, very similar to St. Max, but he just has worse weak foot and skill moves. Has high-low work rates and is a brick in game. He runs so fast and he's so strong, and that just makes him brilliant. You know, his finishing's awful, but his strength and pace combo, he just absolutely rinses everybody down the wings. Beats most fullbacks, gets the better of Mendy. The only one that can really compete with him is Davies. He beats Hakimi quite a lot as well. I've had a few games where Hakimi just can't keep up with him as well, and he is definitely the best super sub in my personal opinion for the attacking positions. But the others are not bad either, so please take that into consideration. Doesn't need to be Adama, but I'm just saying with the strength and pace, the kind of player you're getting here is just ridiculous. Suits his game down to a T. Decent stamina as well. Good aggression for a winger as well, which is really nice for tracking back. And yeah, Adama's just brilliant. Just make sure you put an artist on him probably as well, and you've got yourself a very special player there off the bench in the 80th minute. Special card. Moving on to the next player, we have another 5-star skiller. Now, I personally find Gelson Martins to be quite good at shooting, despite what it says here. He has a really good speed boost as well. Very similar to St. Max, but I just feel like he's better at shooting, even though the stats don't really suggest it. But yeah, so what you're getting here is you're just getting somebody who's very, very fast, good skill moves with 5, high work rate, so he can come back and help out defensively as well. And yeah, what you're just getting is just a very, very, very fast, good finisher for what it says. And yeah, he's very good. Make sure you put a dead eye on him. I think a dead eye boosts shooting and passing, so that's something you do want on him. Moving on to our last player. Now, I used this guy in draft, and he was a joke. Obviously, 5-star skill moves again. So that's the other theme you're seeing here. Fast wingers with good skill moves. He's really fast in game. He feels faster than 91. I'd say he's close to like 95. He's very, very quick. Has a good body type as well, so his strength is actually quite good. And yeah, he's just very fun to play with. Raw pace and skill moves again. I really do enjoy him. Obviously, you can only really use him off the bench because the players from the Eredivisie aren't too good. But yeah, he'll be good for you as well. Another left footer. So we've got 1 left, 1 right, 2 right, 3 right, and then 2 left there as well. So we've got a decent mix of the strong foot as well, which is quite nice. So you can bring 2 of these on at once. Moving on to our next player, we have Herving Lozano. This guy's been good super sub wise in every FIFA. He's kind of like the higher echelon of player that we've already got. He's going to cost a lot more money, but he has good finishing, raw pace, good agility and balance, which is really important to get past players in the latter stages of a game. His passing's okay as well. So yeah, if you want to spend a bit more money, this is your boy right here. Right-footed, high-low work rates again. Has a decent body type in game, so he's not as weak as it says here. And he's just really, really good for the latter stages of a game because of how good his finishing is. You really can't go wrong with somebody like this. Now, lads, now we're moving on to Diaz. And other than Adama, my personal favourite. Ridiculous in game. I don't know why he's so good. I'm going to sound like a broken record by saying this, but he has a really good body type in game, which allows him to hold off a lot of players again. And his long shots are ridiculous as well. Don't know why. Well, I mean, they're relatively high, right? But his finesse shots are brilliant. Good passing, good dribbling, good agility. Kind of has the Ronaldo kind of body type in game, which I really like. 4-star, 4-star, high, medium. Probably the perfect super sub if you can afford him. I think he is getting quite expensive because he was in Team of the Week 1. But yeah, I would say him over everybody other than Adama. So yeah, if you can get your hands on him, he'll be a joy to play with as he's just unbelievable in this game. Now, moving on to our first midfielder, we have Zakaria. I bring this guy on quite a fair bit. I did in my last Champs games anyway. The thing you get with him is the kind of Patrick Vieira kind of player, but for 50,000 coins. 90 strength, 88 aggression, awful agility and balance. Not the best passing either. What I would suggest you put on him, guys, is probably an engine, just to get his dribbling up a little bit and his passing. Obviously, his pace goes up then as well. And he's just a brute in game, bodies everybody. That's really, really nice to have in the middle of the park. Just to be able to dominate a game a bit better, hold off players, drive forward with him. His shooting's really not that bad either. 6'3", I don't know if I said that already. But yeah, he's really, really good. Obviously, he has high medium, but I use him more as like a Vieira kind of player. So he's more of a CDM for me. And yeah, he's brilliant in game. So if you can afford him, he is a big, big recommendation from me. Probably the #1 sub I bring on in a tight game. Just to kind of close it out a little bit, I'd bring him on for Berea. Just to add the physical presence in midfield. And yeah, he's really, 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 really good on this game, guys. Moving on to our next player. Bit of a different one here. This is more of like somebody with a lot of stamina who has insane passing, and that's Canales. Canales is really, really good on this game as well. Finesse shot trait. And if you guys know how good finesse shots are, you'll know that that's an asset in itself. Good dribbling, just a really all-rounded card. Decent stamina as well. I'd probably put a shadow on him. And his passing ability is just brilliant. His shots are really nice. And just a very, very well-versed card for the latter stages of a game. Just in case you need something a bit different at midfield, I would highly recommend him. Now, lads, moving on to our next player, we have João Cancelo. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He can play left back, right back, CDM, centre mid. All great positions. If you like playing a 3-5-2 as well, you can play right mid or left mid. But the thing I love about this card is how multi-purpose he is. He got a juice card this year. If we actually look at his in-games, he has brilliant stats. Similar to the player you just saw on your screen as well. Just very awesome all round. Good dribbling, good defending, awesome physical for stamina, good passing, good enough shooting. And yeah, he's just really well balanced to where he can play in so many different positions. And that's why I like him so much. Always have him on your bench, just because, you know, he can do so much. He's a very big utility player, and that's why I like him very much. Moving on to the last player, also awesome. Don't be fazed by his pace. Acuna is ridiculous on this game. Good long shots, good passing, insane dribbling, insane defending and physical. He's just so all-round as well. Probably better than Cancelo in game, but the one issue this card does have is obviously the 3-star weak foot in comparison to Cancelo's 4. High work rates, 5'8". He's just a bit of a B, like a buzzy B in the midfield. That's why I like him. Probably can't play him at fullback. Probably a bit too slow for that. But anywhere in the midfield, you can even play this card at cam, and I think he'd be good. And he's just very awesome in the game as well. Cheapest chips to pick up as well, so nothing wrong with him at all. Make sure you pick him up. He's absolutely brilliant in game. Now, lads, that's it for all of the players, as you can see here. All very good, all tried and tested, other than Lozano, but I know Lozano is going to be brilliant. And yeah, they're all just very good in game. So if you need any of them, go and pick them up. In terms of my favourites, personally, I would say Acuna, Zakaria, Diaz, Adama, Gilson Martins, Lozano, and probably St. Max. So yeah, lads, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like on it, and you'll subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That's going to be it from me for now, lads. Take care.